Welcome to Chad Hates Carbs. Today we're going to be making spaghetti sauce out of a bunch of tomatoes that we got out of our garden. We're trying to get rid of. Some of them are starting to get funky. Some of them are still unripe, but we are going to turn it into some spaghetti sauce, cook it all down, and start freezing it for the winter. So it's a really simple recipe. This is 3 onions chopped up. We've got 4 cloves of garlic. I've already mashed those up in here as well. I'm going to throw 2 tablespoons of olive oil into this Dutch oven here, and I'm going to start caramelizing the onions while I go ahead and get these tomatoes all diced up and hacked up in there. It calls specifically, this recipe calls for 2 1-pound tomatoes, or 2 1-pound cans of tomatoes, but we're just going to be dumping in a bunch of tomatoes and cooking them all down. We're not going to use any canned, we're not going to use any of the tomato sauce, we're just going to cook it all down. We also are going to add 1.5 tablespoons of parsley, a little bit of salt, and then some oregano and basil. We're not going to put any beef in there. I'm going to leave this meatless so that we can use it for various things. So anyway, I will be back after we get this thing all started up. Alrighty, so I've got just an absolute ton of tomatoes in here cooking. I diced up, I don't know, probably 15 or 20. They're going to be cooking in here for a while. Again, all I did before that was a couple of tablespoons of oil with onion and garlic, 4 cloves of garlic, again, 3 medium onions chopped up. It asks for 1.5 cups. I went ahead and was probably closer to 2 full cups. The only other things I need to add are parsley, oregano, basil, and we should be good to go. I tend to overspice on the oregano and underspice on the basil. In this case, it's calling for 1.5 tablespoons of parsley, 2 teaspoons of oregano, and 2 teaspoons of basil. The good news is we're currently drying some parsley that we we grew in the garden. So I'll be using fresh parsley. But then I'm going to go ahead and add the oregano and basil. It's talking about cooking it for 1.5 to 2 hours. I find that that's absolutely critical, making sure that it's got plenty of time. So I'm going to be cooking this pretty much all afternoon. So I'll see you back later on whenever we actually get to taste it. So here's what it looks like once it's been cooked down and run through with the using the immersion blender. This is, I don't know, took probably 3 or 4 hours to cook. And then what I do is I then take that and then put it in one of these big Ziplocs. And so we just flatten it out like this, put it on a cookie sheet in the freezer, let it freeze solid like this, and then we just rack them up side by side and have our tomato sauce ready to go for the winter. Anyway, that's the tomato sauce that we made with our get rid of the garden tomatoes. So with that, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe and have a great day. See y'all later.